A lot of people think getting rich means doing more. More hustle, more apps, more side hustles, more complexity, more tracking, more optimization. But a lot of the time, getting richer has less to do with adding more and more to do with removing what keeps draining you. That is why minimalism matters. Not the fake version, not the aesthetic version, not the version where you own 3 beige cups and make that your whole personality. I mean financial minimalism, the kind that removes friction, removes waste, removes pressure, and gives your money more room to grow, because rich people are not always richer because they work harder. Sometimes they are richer because their money leaks less. Their decisions are cleaner. Their lives are less cluttered. And their systems are easier to maintain. That is what this video is about. 5 minimalist habits that can make you richer by doing less. Not because less is magical, but because less noise creates more power. Let's start with the first one. Habit 1. Own fewer things that keep charging you forever. This one is bigger than people think, because the cost of owning something is almost never just the purchase price. It is the maintenance, the upgrades, the storage, the subscriptions, the accessories, the repairs, the mental weight. That is the real trap. People think they are buying one thing, but often they are buying a chain. You buy the car, then the insurance gets bigger. The fuel gets bigger. The maintenance shows up. The pressure stays. You buy the bigger house. Then the furniture expands. The utilities rise. The fixes keep coming. The expectations rise too. That is why one of the richest minimalist habits is this. Be very careful what you allow into your life in the first place, because every possession wants something from you. Money, attention, space, energy. And when you own too many expensive to maintain things, your whole financial life becomes heavier. Minimalist people often look calm for a reason. Their life is not sending them bills from every direction. That matters a lot, because wealth grows better when your lifestyle is lighter to carry. Habit 2. Reduce the number of money decisions you make every week. This is one of the most underrated wealth habits. A lot of people are not bad with money because they are stupid. They are bad with money because they are constantly making decisions in a messy environment. What should I eat? Should I order? Should I buy this? Should I subscribe? Should I upgrade? Should I go out? Should I finance it? Should I treat myself? When your life is full of constant money choices, fatigue takes over, and tired people make expensive decisions. That is why minimalism can make you richer. It removes unnecessary choice. You simplify meals, you simplify shopping, you simplify your wardrobe, you simplify your routines, you automate the basics, and when that happens, you make fewer emotional money decisions. That is huge, because the less often you are negotiating with yourself, the less often you lose. A simple life is not just easier to manage. It is cheaper to manage well. That is why wealthy systems often look boring from the outside. They reduce decision points. And fewer bad decisions can make you richer than one brilliant one. Habit 3. Stop upgrading your life every time your income goes up. This one quietly separates people who earn well from people who actually build wealth. Because most people do get some financial improvements over time. A raise, a better job, a side income, a bonus, something improves. And then almost immediately, the lifestyle rises to meet it. Better apartment, better car, better restaurants, better gadgets, better everything, and now the extra income is gone. That is the trap. Minimalism helps because it teaches you something powerful. Just because you can upgrade does not mean you should. That one habit can change your whole financial future, because every time your income rises, you have a choice. You can turn that increase into lifestyle or into freedom. Lifestyle feels good fast. Freedom feels good later, but later is where wealth lives. This does not mean never enjoy your money. That is not the point. The point is to stop automatically feeding every income increase into a more expensive identity. Minimalist people are often better at this. They do not feel the same need to prove progress through visible upgrades. And that makes it easier for them to turn surplus into assets instead of appearances. That is how doing less can make you richer. Less upgrading, less proving, less pressure, more ownership. Habit 4. Buy less convenience that solves problems you created. This one is sneaky, because modern life is full of paid convenience. Delivery, takeout, rush fees, impulse purchases, last-minute buying, paying extra because you are disorganized, paying extra because you are too tired, paying extra because your systems are weak. Now let me be fair. Convenience is not evil. Sometimes it is useful. Sometimes it is worth it. But a lot of people are not buying convenience occasionally. They are living inside it, and that gets expensive fast. Minimalism helps because it forces you to ask a better question. What repeated cost in my life exists only because I never simplified the system? That is a powerful question. Because sometimes the problem is not that life is expensive. It is that your life is overly reactive. You buy food late because you did not plan. You pay for delivery because your routines are weak. You waste money replacing things because your space is cluttered. You rush by because you are always behind. That is not bad luck. That is friction. And friction costs money. Minimalist habits reduce friction. They make life easier to run. And when life becomes easier to run, you need less expensive convenience to keep it functioning. That means doing less. Less rushing, less replacing, less reacting. And that often leaves you with more money than another round of budget tricks ever would. Habit 5. Focus on a few financial goals, not 20. This one might be the richest habit of all. Because scattered financial energy is weak financial energy. A lot of people are trying to do everything at once. Save for travel. Save for a car. Pay off debt. Build an emergency fund. Start investing. Upgrade the house. Launch a side hustle. Buy nicer stuff. Fix their cash flow. Help family. And none of those are bad goals. The problem is that too many active priorities make money weak. Minimalism teaches focus. And focus is powerful, because when your money has 1 or 2 clear jobs, progress speeds up. But when your money is pulled in 10 directions, everything moves slowly. This is why people with average incomes sometimes make more real progress than people with better incomes. Their goals are cleaner. Their systems are cleaner. Their money is not constantly split by noise. So one of the best minimalist habits is to choose fewer financial priorities at once. Not forever, just for now. Maybe this season is about your emergency fund. Maybe it is about debt. Maybe it is about investing. Maybe it is about increasing income, but pick the main thing. Then support that. That is how wealth often grows. Not through doing everything, through doing fewer things properly. Here is the deeper pattern. If you look at all 5 of these habits, they point to the same truth. Rich is often lighter than people think. Not lighter in effort, lighter in friction, lighter in waste, lighter in clutter, lighter in maintenance, lighter in emotional spending. That is why minimalism can be such a powerful money philosophy. It does not just help you spend less. It helps you need less, and those are not the same thing. Anyone can force themselves to cut for a while. But when you genuinely need less to operate your life well, your money gets stronger in a much deeper way. Because now your baseline is cleaner. And a cleaner baseline creates margin. Margin creates options. Options create power. That is the chain. So what should you actually do? Start small. Do not try to become a minimalist monk overnight. Just find one area where complexity is making you poorer. Maybe it is too many subscriptions. Maybe it is an overbuilt lifestyle. Maybe it is food chaos. Maybe it is too many shopping decisions. Maybe it is too many financial goals at once. Pick one. Simplify it. Then watch what happens, because when you remove one recurring source of friction, your money often improves faster than expected. Not because you found a hack. Because you removed a drain, that is a better game. Here is the main takeaway. The richest minimalist habits are not really about owning less for the sake of it. They are about reducing the things that quietly make your life expensive. The maintenance, the decisions, the upgrades, the convenience traps, the scattered priorities. Remove enough of those, and wealth gets easier to build. Not easy, easier. And that matters. Because sometimes the fastest way to get richer is not to add more. It is to stop carrying what never should have been on your back in the first place. If you want, the next video should be, Stop Saving Money, the biggest lie you've been told about saving money.